Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Avadon. Last episode, we arrived in the Kava and took a look throughout all of here. Or at least the outside of all of here, this ridiculously huge area. Now it's time to actually go into each of these buildings and see what's going on inside, but we can start with this guy located over here, see what he has to say. There's an old man sitting on a log staring into the fire. His dark skin bears countless thin scars from encounters with the cactus thickets, and the sweltering heat barely affects him. He shelters his eyes with his hands and inspects you. He looks cautious, but not afraid. He's dealt with your kind before.
Excuse my not rising. I am an old man. I am called Elder Okan. It is rare for your kind to come out here in the thickets. Rare and at times welcome.
You are an elder.
It is not a rank, nothing carved on the stones that bear our laws. It is what the others call me. They respect me. That is all.
He takes a sip of bitter tea. And what do you do for them?
I give advice, and sometimes I deal with hands on their behalf when they come out here.
Do hands come out here often? He takes a slow sip of tea and smiles, wryly.
Why should they? We are poor. We are the natives here before they came, here after they go. Hands do not think we have the money it takes to buy safety and justice.
Oh, perhaps I am different.
We will see. What else would you speak of?
Tell me about your farms.
The people of the southern Kava are nomads, not farmers, mostly. There's a small oasis here, and we grow crops. Some for us, not enough to feed all here, and some are grown for the other.
You don't raise enough food to support yourselves?
It is brought in on caravans. We can afford it. Being near the dragon brings wealth to all. But if the dragon was gone, most would leave as well.
Grown for the other? What do you mean?
Cows are raised here. They are to feed Zathron. The dragon is always hungry. We are paid well for them. The pact makes sure of that.
Fair enough, I guess. Elder Okan pokes at his cooking fire with a stick. He constantly brews cups of dark, acrid cactus tea for himself.
I always have time to talk with a hand. What else do you need?
Tell me about your farms. Oh, we already asked that. You have dealt with hands before.
I have. Sometimes we have need of them when the soldiers of the pact will not help us. We save up a small amount to pay for aid, and I find a hand who can help aid us. We need help now, and the soldiers are off hunting the wretches. We can pay little. Can you aid us?
I might be able to help you.
I thought you might. You seemed eager. There's a cave to the southeast in the thickets, cool and shadowy. We have used it for storage in the past. However, it is full of rats, big ones. We try to get rid of them. 2 farmers, one my nephew, are still hurt. Slay them, and we will pay what we can.
Definitely. We'll see what we can do. For now, though, we have explorations to do, like in here, which actually has very little. There are 2 young Kva farmers in here, dozing in the cool and shade. They probably emerge to work in the cooler morning and evening, when it is cooler. Yeah, I doubt there's really anything we can take here. Locked. No. No, we don't need to use the lockpicks here. Could take a few things, but we don't need to. Okay. And there was also a building down here we can investigate. And then we'll go inside and take a look at all the buildings inside. Goldstone, was it? Gold something. Goldcrag, that was it. Alright, and in here. Let's see. Ah, hello, rats. Alright, easy enough, I think. Oh, there go those rats. Hey, a lockpick and a potion of battle. Hasted for 11 turns, regenerating for 9, spine shield for 9. Nice. The fact it flashes encumbered every turn is really actually kind of annoying. Really need to get him more strength. Okay. Now let's see. What is this? Silo, keep out. Oh! Some creatures burrow out from beneath the piles of sacks. Well, fortunately, they're dying very easily. Very easily indeed. Nothing but trash there. Hey, we could disarm the trap. And we got some sapphires. That's worth some sapphires and a recuperation crystal. Affects nearby allies, cure for hostile effects. Handy. I have a much smaller inventory than I'd like. Bolted cloth is actually valuable. Okay. And what is this building here? Holding cells, no visitors. Well, don't mind me, I'm just peeking about. Nobody sees anything. Potion of Vitality. Oh, jeez! Crazed Brigand. Probably should not have come in here. Okay, so if you can backstab... There we go. Well, that happened. Wait a second. He was armed. What the hell? Why was he armed? He should not have been armed. Fa. Nah, I'm not gonna pick the lock right now. Maybe we'll get a key and be allowed to look in there, but not now. Okay, then. This is... the meeting hall. So this is the main room. Oh. Meeting hall of Goldcrag. Fair enough. Alright, let's look around. What will we see? What will we find? Okay, that's where they punish people. That must be like a waiting room of sorts. Audience hall, it looks like. Overseer Levent. Alright, we've already spoken with him. Thank you very much. Okay, what about in here? These scribes are recording the judgments of Overseer Levent. When the leaders of the Kava make judgments regarding the Stone Code, they are carefully transcribed for future reference. Nah, I'm not gonna bother with picking some of these locks. Well, that one we could open. And what is in here? Coins. A cloak, which we do not need. That can be sold. Potion of health, and we don't need the candle. Alright. And out we go. Well, haven't found very much of interest yet, but I'm sure very soon we will. Like over here, containing the Goldcrag Barracks. Okay, maybe not in here. Or maybe so. There is an archer of the Kava sitting at this desk, reviewing reports of wretch sightings and shaking her head. She wears the insignia of a monitor on her shoulder. She must have a fair amount of influence in this remote land. She rises to shake your hand. Heard new handers out here. I am Monitor Sibel of Goldcrag. I knew when fresh faces arrived from Avadon that my lance's cash box would be looted soon enough. She laughs, not unkindly. Lot of trouble with wretches? You leave town, you'll see. They've been coming out of the wretch lands and coming. Suspicious. But nothing my lance can't handle. You are a monitor. She pats her insignia proudly. Commanded the lands here for 3 years. 3 good years. Heads of lots of wretches and brigands on pikes. Enough to justify putting a lance in this small town. She looks at her bow sadly. Though I do miss getting out there in the thickets. What is a lance? In the army of the Pact, 10 warriors is a blade led by a watcher. 10 blades is a lance led by a monitor. That puts 100 trained bloodthirsty killers under my command, plus support staff, mounts, and so on. That is quite a bit. You spend a lot of time out on patrol. Years. She rolls up her sleeve and shows you an arm covered with a dense web of long, pale scars. From chasing the enemy through the cactus fields. Every warrior of the Kava gets like this in time. She rolls her sleeve back down. We call it earning our marks. Point of pride with us. Why are so many soldiers here? The dragon and the riches are enough to justify it. We have to control this area, part of our debt to the pact. Your debt. Hanvar's council expects every nation in the pact to keep a vanguard ready at all times. That's 10,000 soldiers ready to move at a moment's notice. The pact protects us, and in return we have a debt. And the Kava pays its debt. 10,000 soldiers at minimum. Must be big kingdoms. I wonder what happens if they're unable to do it. Anything else you need before I get back to this mess? She jabs at the piles of incident reports with distaste. Do you have many dealings with Hands of Avadon? The Hands, yes, because they always have their hands out. Just a little joke, no offense intended. There are always lots of things we need done, brigands we need hunted, and we sometimes ask Hands to do it. And there is always a fee. You pay us for our help. That is the old way. Anything you do for us instead of Redbeard, we have to pay. Always been that way. Some resent it, say that you can only get justice if you pay. I'm alright with it, though, just the way of the world. And might you have some work for me? With the wretches and worst coming out of the thickets, we need the help, and we can afford it. Check in with me from time to time. I have work, and I pay my debts. Is there anything I can do for you? Oh, most of my soldiers are on patrol now, watching for the wretches that haunt us. This has kept us from dealing with other problems, like the packs of wolves that are harassing the farms in the lands of the west. A new pack stalks the roads between here and Zethron's Eyrie. They are a vicious breed with long fangs and red-tinged fur. Kill 8 of these wolves, and I'll reward you with from our coffers. Where can I find these wolves? Take the road west to Zethron's Eyrie. When you approach the dragon's lair, hunt along the road and in the thickets near it. The bloodthirsty creatures will locate you soon enough. Yeah, sure thing. That's something we can definitely do. Can't really take any of those. 30, 30. Okay, this is probably where we get our rewards. Let's see. Here. Nobody is looking. Sure. Alright, wooden shield. That could actually be used. That actually weighs a lot. Okay, I think that works. Oh, and the belt. Already nearly encumbered. Perhaps that heavy chainmail isn't the best. Yeah, we'll keep the leather. Maybe studded leather. The chainmail will sell. And over here is some chainmail boots. Yeah, you can stick with wearing leather, I think. You can sell the boots. Round about here. Some bags of meal. Coins. Iron javelins. Only a shaman can use javelins. That's interesting. Coin, potion of health, and iron gauntlets. Yes, please. And you are almost encumbered. That's actually not worth anything. Okay. Oh, and, more chainmail boots to sell. I'm sure every bit of coin will help. Alright, that's the barracks explored. Moving on. A couple buildings over here. What have we got over here? We got Goldcrag Fine Provisions. Ah, the store. A small, nervous man emerges from behind a rack of luxurious robes and cloaks. He is very pale, unusual for this desert. The presence of a hand of Avadon has given him a facial tic. Hello, I'm Tanner. This is my shop. Fine goods, as you can see. Quality, brought from as far away as Telemdariel. Just for the thing for seeing a dragon. What sort of goods do you sell here? Fine goods, as you see. Imported, brought here on caravans at great risk and expense. These are the finest garments you can find within 200 miles. Not a boast, just a statement of fact. Do you do much business with the locals? Oh no, they are but simple desert folk. Not that I would ever insult them. My market is with travelers. What use do such luxuries have in the desert? Many come to see the dragon. Important people, courtiers and diplomats, sages. They come with garments worn and dirtied by the long journey. I help them to look their best before they ask mighty Zethron for aid. It's dangerous to bring goods here. The free roads were the pride of the pact, but in the last few months they have been sworn by wretches. Where are you from? Oh wait, Tanner stands obsequiously off to the side, ready to swoop in if you need to buy something. He occasionally brushes the desert sand off of his cloaks and other fine goods in his store. Where are you from? He looks down at his pale hands. From the Kava, the northern reaches of the Kava. We are a paler, more civilized folk. He looks at Sevelin. Like your companion. He is northern Kava, yes? Sevelin nods. Why did you come here? To open this shop. I followed my fortune, which flew on dragon's wings. How long will you stay here? As long as I can stand. There is blood of Calamdariel in my veins, and it does not agree with this harsh land. You deal with many hands? A few. I do stock some potions and similar goods, but they tend to be more interested in Barak, the smithy. But you are a valued customer, and I will charge you a fair price for all goods. That is all I ask. Tanner nods and seems to calm down slightly. I'd trade with you. Of course, I have much to sell, or I can buy from you. Goods of quality, of course. Couple things. Lockpicks, more expensive than we could get them in, Avadon. Alright, and I want to sell these things. I'm keeping that helm. And the sapphires. Perfect. Alright. I doubt there's much to see back here. I need a changing room. That is absurdly huge. Why is everything so absurdly huge? I don't get it. And I'm not going to pick that lock. And that goes out the back door. I think this is the inn. Yep, the soggy cactus. We'll go in there in a bit. First, though, let's take a look in Barak's smithy. Where is Barak? I don't see Barak. Blessed runestone. I'm not gonna steal it from here. Where is Barak? Ah, there he is. You meet the blacksmith of Goldcrag. He is a massively built, swarthy man, and a set of tools hangs from his belt. He is tending his shop right now, not his forge. I can understand his not wanting to be hammering red-hot metal in this heat. He shakes your hand.
Welcome, Hound of Avadon. I am Barak. I'm more than happy to supply your kind. I've been doing it for years.
Who is tending to your forge?
Nobody right now. I can do work in the hot sun, but I prefer to labor at the forge in twilight or early morning. In midday, I trade the goods I've made.
Makes perfect sense. You deal with people from Avadon frequently?
I help the hands with their equipment. Also caravan guards and the warriors who come to meet the dragon. I also make equipment for the farmers, what few there are, but all of my work changed when the dragon came. I also hire the hands for help when they would accept missions from one as humble as me.
How long has the dragon been here?
Oh, Zethron first flew to his eyrie nearby about 20 years ago. His presence has changed the lives of all here, much for the better. This was a poor place before the dragon came.
Have many hands been here recently? He looks nervous.
Well, several have been through here recently, going to calm the humanoids on the borders.
You can make arms and armor.
Once I couldn't, but I learned quickly. I can't match my masters of Darum and Holglandia, but I can maintain the weapons of the guards who escort the caravans out here.
You hire hands to help you?
Oh, many hands are willing to aid humble citizens of the Pact, in return for pay, of course. Some have a problem with that. I would never question the ways of Avadon. I've lost a caravan of my own which was carrying my goods to Zethron's eyrie. I want to recover it, or as much as I can. If you can find it for me, I will pay a bounty for my wares.
Tell me about the attack.
There were wretches led by an ogre. The attack happened on the road just south of the entrance to the dragon's lair. None of the guards were killed. The creatures let them go once all my goods were taken. I would not ever presume to question the way of Avadon, but I hope that Keeper Redbeard is aware that wretched brigands are attacking caravans on the free roads of the Pact.
Where should I look for the goods?
The goods within it were heavy, so it may take some time for the creatures who stole them to spirit them away.
They may still be near where the caravan was taken, southeast of Zethron's cave. More than that, I can't say. Alright then. I'd like to trade with you. Of course, I can sell you my humble crafts, and I can purchase equipment you recover in your travels. All of my prices are, I think you will find, very fair. That seems fair. He nods. Let me know when I can show you what I have. Something you want to sell? No. Let me see your wares. Oh yeah, that's some nice stuff. Steel breastplate. Can't use it. Some very nice stuff here. Even halberds. Impressive shields, greaves, girdles. All nice stuff. Thank you, that's all. Alright, that's another quest we got. No, I'm not going to pick that lock. Again. Alright, let's take a look at this building up here. Oh wait, we've already looked in there. Alright, let's take a look in the inn then. What was it called again? The Soggy Cactus. Let's see. The customers in this inn are a motley bunch of caravan guards, merchants, and people of influence who seek to see the dragon. They stay in the shadows, drink lots of liquids, and do their best to keep a hand of Avadon from hearing any other business. This inn is surprisingly luxurious for its location, far out in the wilds of the Kava. The travelers who go to visit the dragon must demand quality accommodations. The bar is being tended by a young woman who is wiping out pewter mugs with a mostly clean towel. She nods to you. Welcome, Heaven of Avadon. I am Meth, and this is our inn. Can I get a room? I am sorry, but they are all full, even the common room. It is because of the troubles. Return to the arrival pylon to rest. Your vitality will be restored when you use it. Troubles. With the wretches. Merchants and travelers wait here for longer so that they can band into larger groups before they travel. Okay then. Meth wipes out mugs and fills orders for ale. The inn has several varieties on tap, most of them expensively imported from greener climes. Can I help you? I could use a drink. Okay, basic food and like. We can actually buy a golden goblet here. Huh. Have you heard any rumors? She suddenly appears rather cagey. Oh, I hear many things. It's so hard to tell what might be useful. Well, tell me something you think might be helpful. I overheard someone recently who had just returned from the dragon's cave. He said that a shadowy human was hiding in the thickets. Didn't get a good look. The fellow looked him over and ran off. Might be a bandit. You should watch out if you head out there. Thank you for the tip. And I see you sitting over here. This is a Hulklandian mage sitting at this long table, sipping a goblet of wine and reading a scroll. When you get close, she inspects you. Lacking an obvious reason to dismiss you, she motions for you to sit. I am Siko Azani, she says. Normally I prefer solitude on my journey, but it is always wise to curry favor with hands when you have the chance. You're from Hulklandia. I am. Sip. How is the journey? Long. Many miles on free roads. At one point I had to use my talons to burn away some attacking wretches foolish enough to try to rob us. Why did you come? The dragon. There is no other possible reason to come here. What are you reading? Magical formulae that are, I am sure, of no interest or value to you. Well, I imagine if we had, our mage, she might be interested. Why am I already forgetting her name? Seeker Azarni sips her wine and reads her scroll. She occasionally looks up at you and gives a little nod. She doesn't mind your presence, but she's not much for conversation. Have you come to see the dragon? I have. I will join a caravan to Zethron's Eyrie soon. I'll ask the dragon for help. Will the dragon help you? The wealth I offer is sufficient. Dragons are creatures of pure avarice. Only two things ever drive them to act, fear and greed. And the only thing they fear is the full enmity of the pact. What are you trying to learn? She frowns. That is an impolite question. None ever reveal why they seek the dragon unless they have to. To do so would remove some of the advantage gained. Azarni has no interest in talking to you right now. A few more weeks in this wasteland might make her more willing to talk. I would like to know more of Hulklandia. She looks at Shima and curls her lip in distaste. Ask him. I'm sure the Banished One can tell you all you need to know. Shima remains completely expressionless. Yeah, some of us pay close attention to who of our land joins with Avadon. I know of you all that I wish to. Huh. Well, that's odd. You are from Hulklandia. Oh wait, we've already asked that. Okay then. I guess we may have to speak with you at some point, Shima. This man is sitting in the shadows of the back room of the inn, sipping water from a wooden bowl. A half-eaten loaf of bread sits on a nearby table. His leather clothes and bone pendants mark him as from the Willed Realm. He's come a long way. He looks up at you and says,
Greetings.
You ask his name.
Alphonse.
You ask if you can sit.
I wish to be alone.
Can we talk?
I prefer solitude. I mean no offense. Please leave me.
There is nothing to say to that. You leave him alone. Okay then. Well, is there anything we can grab here? Nobody's looking. That's valuable. And I see some pants that someone desperately needs. Yes, you need pants. Thank you, Shima. Okay. Not gonna pick the lock. Huh. That must be the basement. Oh, that's just a caravan guard. 3 picks. No thanks. And that just leads out. Oh, what the hell. Let's pick this lock. One lock. Oh, hey, we actually got some experience out of it. Interesting. Potion of speed, and there's really nothing else in here. Okay. Well, let's see if there's anything underground here. Grab the lamp. Alright. Anything down here? Pillows and the like. Ah, rats! Of course. Not too surprised, honestly. And there we go. Couple dead rats. Easily killed. And there's some more. Whoa. That was unexpected. War Curse. Minus 15 chance to hit and minus 15 penalty to damage. And we can actually move our hands over this and see what the hell it is. Yay! That's something I really like being able to do. Sure, use a lockpick. What's in here? Anything? Coins, sapphires, and gold ring. Okay, you know what? That's something. I'll take it. Alright. Let's get out of here. And you know what? I am actually going to end this episode here. Next episode... Actually, you know what? I think yeah, I'll just take a couple minutes to, go investigate that area that he wanted us... that Elder wanted us to investigate down here. I'm sure it's not that big. The rat cave. Yeah, it's a bunch of rats. I mean, I'm sure it'll be quick and easy to deal with. It's just taking a long time to get down to there. Oh, by the way, one of the commenters informed me that I missed about half a dozen chests in the dungeons of Avadon when I was exploring. So at some point I'll have to go back and explore over there and see if I can find what I missed. Thank you for letting me know. Anyway. Saving. Alright, let's take a peek under here. You know what? On second thought, let's, this might actually be bigger than I thought, so let's do this in the next episode. Next episode, we'll go down into the rat caves and clear them out. Till then, I am Chester44. That is Jason, Sevelin, and... why am I already forgetting his name? Shima. This has been an Avadon Let's Play, and I shall see you all next time.